Sup Internet, Z3 here. Today I wanted to talk about consistency. I wrote down like 5 things that I wanted to talk about. Basically, just how I've improved my consistency, how others can improve their consistency. But anyway, I'll see you in the match. Oh, hi, hello, we're back. Alright, awesome. So, talking about consistency, I had 5 things I want written down. But to preface the 5 things, I want to start with a little bit of a reframe. So, a lot of people think consistency and being a consistent person is like all the positive attributes in life. So, like I consistently work out, or I consistently eat healthy, or I consistently do this, that, X, Y, Z. Now, I actually want to share a bit of a reframe that actually personally helped me on my process in losing 70 kilos, which is that you're consistent either way. You're either consistently doing good habits, you're consistently doing bad habits. And that gives you a lot of power, because what that means is that you don't have to learn how to be consistent. You've been consistent your whole life. Now, how do we change it so that we flip the dynamic, so that we're consistently for the things that we care about, for our goals and things like that? Well, oh, he's gonna get this. Oh, okay, cool. Forgive me, I'm having a terrible day today. I feel fucking sick ass. So the gameplay might not be great, but the content should be good. But yeah. Let me edit this. Awesome. Okay. Consistency can be trained. You've already been consistent your entire life. The difference is that you kind of just fall victim to your habits. And hello? What the hell? What's that guy doing? You've been consistent your whole life and you just fall victim to your habits. And so now the question just becomes, how do we change our habits to be conducive to our goals so that they can be positive? We can be consistently active towards our goals that are positive. How do we do that? Well, the way I've done it is 5 simple things. I've got them written down here. I'll read it out on this little notebook I've written down. So I've got change your environment, build your habits. 50% is better than 100%. It's easier to stay consistent if you detach from the outcome. So I'll break down all those. So point 1, change your environment. Now we're going to get into changing our routine, because our routine will dictate our habits, which then will dictate our consistency for our goals. So how do we change our routine? Well, the easiest way is to change our environment. Now, what do I mean by changing the environment? I'll give a couple examples, okay? Let's say you have the goal of losing weight, and the thing that you're consistently not doing is eating healthy food. The thing that you are consistently doing if you're overweight is eating unhealthy food, or too much unhealthy food. Easiest way to build an environment in which we don't overeat and we don't eat unhealthy food, or I guess calorically dense food, is just don't have it. Just don't have it in the house. That's the easiest way. Alright, so now we've changed our environment so that when we go to reach for food, well, the only options are... Oh, I should probably use this. Oh, no, okay. I need a shotgun. That'd be really nice if I get a shotgun. Oh my god, you scared me. What the hell? Are you under my... Ah. Well, this isn't good. Okay. Easiest way is to change our environment. Now, if you want to learn more about this concept of like changing your environment to make your habits easier to follow, to create better consistency for yourself, I highly recommend the book Atomic Habits. I know everyone rants about it, but specifically here's how environment dictates action. Humans are really lazy, and your brain is also even lazier. And so your brain is just going to do what is most convenient to it at that time, which is the default habits. If around you have a bunch of, fast food and like junk food and stuff in your cupboard, it's going to be way easier to eat the fast food. Whereas if you don't have it in your cupboards, then it's way easier to go out and get the fast food. It's also like if you start meal prepping, it's way easier to just go into your fridge and eat one of your prepped meals than it is to go into it's way easier to go into your fridge, eat one of your prepped meals than it is to order food on DoorDash. Now, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to make this point. But these guys won't give me a break. Oh, wow, okay. Just instantly dead. I think I got third party like by 4 different people there. So that's probably advice number 1. To change your routine would be to change your environment, because that's the simplest one. Now, how do we go about doing that? Well, my recommendation would not to be add a bunch of stuff. It would be to remove as much as possible. Oh my god, I'm just getting farmed out here. Jesus Christ. I can't even like record my ideas. Alright, I'm gonna keep yapping about it because I have time to think about my ideas. So, how do we go about changing our environment? Well, the most straightforward way to go about changing your environment is to just remove a bunch of stuff. So depending on the goal, my advice would be, if you want to have something that makes a routine conducive to the goal, you just remove the things that aren't conducive to the goal. So I'm going to keep referring back to the fitness example because that's generally what I know best. If you want to lose weight, the best ways to do that is to stop eating hyperpalatable, calorically dense foods. Okay. The way that you would do that in what I'm talking about today in changing your environment is 1, stop buying fast food, 2, meal prep, and 3, only buy groceries. So then what happens is your environment becomes, okay, well, I don't have anything to reach for immediately, and like straying away from that is way harder, because going out of your way to order DoorDash, is harder than just going into your fridge and eating something. Going into your cupboard to grab a bunch of snacks, well, you can't do that now, so you have to go to the shops to grab the snacks. So that's way harder. So that's point number 1, change your environment. Now what this leads into is it builds habits, okay? If you change your environment to that you only buy groceries, and you instill the little bit of willpower that you have, because humans don't have a lot of willpower, even the most disciplined people don't have a lot of willpower. If you instill the little bit of willpower that you have, you can then put that towards only buying groceries and not buying the junk food. That's where you're instilling the willpower, not buying the junk food. So then what will happen is you'll get home and you'll have a bunch of groceries and you're like, well, now I have to cook these things same day. I've just come home from work or school or whatever. I have to cook them. I'm tired. I don't want to do that. So then you'll exert a little bit of willpower so that on your weekends you start to meal prep. Once you do that, that builds the habit of meal prepping. So now what you've done is you've changed your environment and built the habit to be conducive towards you losing weight. So that's point 1 and 2. Point 3 would be 50% is better than 100%. Now, what do I mean by that? It is better to be 50% consistent. It's better to be 50% consistent every single day than it is 100% every other day. So, let me break that down a little bit more. What I mean by this is that if on some days you are still consistent in the fact that you've eaten some of the food that you've meal prepped, but you've only eaten 50% of the meals that you've meal prepped, that is still better than trying to achieve 100% only things that you've ever eaten out of foods that you've meal prepped. Oh, I thought there was a guy there. Right. it's better to be consistent every day, but only at 50% level of intensity, than inconsistent at 100% intensity. So what this looks like practically, I'm going to keep using the weightless example, and I'm going to continue to do it for the rest of the video. What that looks like in practicality is, let's say 4 out of 7 days, you only eat the food that you've meal prepped. But 3 out of the 7 days, you get DoorDash every day of those 3 days. Now that's actually better than trying to be 100% consistent all the time, because you probably won't be able to, and it will take you time to get to that point where you can be 100% consistent. Because what will happen is, it's not about the willpower, it's about just having the time to build up the habit, so then you can fall into a routine, so that you can be lazy and still accomplish your goals. Where is this chest? There it is. Surprised no one's here. Oh, okay. A double key. Oh, yes. Yeah, man. What? Okay, my blue there was not great. Well, that's alright. Oh, just every time, bro. Oh my god, first try. Whoa. Oh my god. Best ping ever. Wow, okay. Okay. Oh, I'm just dead. Okay, cool. I'm not playing well today. Now, point number 4 or 5, I forgot what point I'm up to now, is in order to make the process easier, because it is quite uncomfortable learning to be more consistent, changing things in your routine to build habits, to build consistency. The easiest way to do it is just to remove yourself from the goal itself and just focus on the actual, process is the right word. Just focus on the process itself. Don't worry about the goal of losing 10 pounds or whatever it is. Just focus on trying to every day just be as good as you can. What that will lead to is it way easier to then follow your goals. I feel so oh, there he is. Where is he going? Oh man, there's heaps of people here. Okay. Where is this guy? What? He's still just holding the angle. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just fully dead. Come on, what the hell? That guy's terrible. Oh my days, bro. Oh, and this guy doesn't even push me. Oh! This kid just got shit on. Oh my days, bro. Need to clip that. the clips on? No. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Like, how does this kid do it? I don't understand. I'm just dead. Oh, god damn, fragging out. What? Hello? What the hell? Okay. Okay. Can you just fire? Okay, whatever. I'll just leave. He just wants to run around and hide. I'm not bothered. Now, how do we detach ourselves from the goal and just focus on the process or the act of doing the thing and I'm forgetting the word for it, but you guys know. Well, the way we do that is we set micro goals and we make the goal to be following the actions taken to accomplish the goal. That's how we do it. So, how does this look like practically? Say you have the goal of, you want to get in good shape, okay? Instead of just having the goal of wanting to get in good shape, you can also, okay, I wanted to kill that guy, but he's just not killable. We could also make the goal, eat at least one pre-made meal a day. Right, so then every day, and it'll get you way more consistent to have those smaller goals. Because what will happen is you'll get a positive feedback loop. Like, oh, I accomplished this one goal. Well, that wasn't so hard. Let me accomplish these other ones. Why, bro? This gets to us run. This is actually just embarrassing. Okay, I'm just dead.